Hello, sunshine. Welcome to Be Visible with Veronica, the podcast where bold conversations and soul-aligned strategy help you awaken your most powerful self. I'm your host, Veronica Bahn. Get ready to stop dimming your light, own your magic, and finally be so visible you can't be ignored. Let's get visible. Oh my gosh, good morning and welcome back to Be Visible with Veronica. If you're here with me today, thank you wherever you are in the world, wherever you're listening, and whenever you're listening. I trust this is meeting you right on time. If you can grab that special cup of coffee or tea, let's take a breath together and inhale this year that is almost over. Inhale those possibilities and exhale what did not serve you well in 2025, because this moment is just for you. Today's episode is slower on purpose. There's no rushing, no performing, just presence. And I wanted to be with you here on this magical day, this beautiful morning, because gratitude isn't a holiday, it's a daily way of living. It's something that I do every day in my gratitude journal. And I want to reflect on not only that, but your business, because that's what we do here on Be Visible with Veronica. And I just want to embrace this space as entrepreneurs, as leaders. We often create a roadmap, right? I mean, I was working on mine in September this year. It has clear vision, aligned goals, a plan for what's next, and then life happens. That's the truth, and that's the trust. A door closes, a conversation stalls, and a moment doesn't unfold the way we expected. That happened to me in 24, and it rolled into 25. In fact, I don't even think I started 2025 until February 1st. Many of you know that this podcast was breathed into life because of many conversations I had with my brother in his hospital room, sitting on his bed, rubbing his feet, sharing about our life stories as his life was ending. And that makes the holidays rough. But I know he's with me. And I know he had a vision for his family, and I'm going to talk about that today. We also often talked about this 2-letter word, and I heard him say it a lot, let me just say. And I heard it a lot last year. In fact, I've been on this entrepreneurial journey for almost 40 years, and I've heard it so many times. And it wasn't until maybe 10 years ago that it shifted for me, and that's the little word no. Earlier in my career, I practiced something called go for the no, because even 3 out of 10 no's can make you millions of dollars. Just ask the baseball players. And often the right yes is just on the other side of that no. So what if we reframed it to a KNOW? My understanding really shifted when I started looking at an NO as a KNOW. It means I need to know more. I want to know more about you. I want to know you better. I'm not ready yet. I don't have enough context. And that shift changed everything for me. And maybe it will do the same for you. So the question becomes, how are you staying connected to the people you want to work with? How are you showing up without forcing an outcome? How are you nurturing them? Are you staying visible? So when the timing is right, you are already known. People don't say yes to strangers. You've heard that. And trust is built before the ask. Now there's a mic drop moment. Think about that. Trust is built before the ask. Visibility isn't noise. Visibility is relationship oxygen. Breathe that in. I have a number of visibility reflections in my framework, and I'm going to share 3 of them with you today. So get ready to take some notes. I think this will really help open up 2026 for you. When things shift and you hear that 2-letter word that you were not expecting. Let's talk about how visibility creates opportunities. Opportunities come from being seen, not perfect, just truly present, like today. Ask yourself, who's one person you feel so drawn to that you want to connect with in 2026? Think about that for a minute. I set myself up for success this past year because I was drawn to some really incredible people that I wanted to meet, and some I didn't even know were on my path yet. And they've turned into amazing collaborations. And when my path hit a roadblock, it actually guided me into which direction was the right direction for me. So why does that connection matter? Who in your world could help make that main introduction to you? That big aha, that huge reach. Just notice. Why does visibility build trust? Trust is built over time. Is there a cause, a nonprofit, or a mission that already has your heart? Let's work out why that trust is important. Myself and many of my clients that I coach actually have a nonprofit that they focus on every year. Part of their message and their mission around visibility and reach is so that they really can focus on their nonprofit. What would that look like for you to support and amplify something that you genuinely believed in? Sometimes visibility is simply generosity. And we talked about it a little bit ago. Visibility is legacy. Visibility isn't vanity, it's impact. So ask yourself in this reflection, who do I want to be remembered for? How do I want people to feel when they're in my presence? What story am I willing to share? You've heard quite a few of them on Be Visible with Veronica this year. They're pretty amazing, and I'm so honored that these incredible women have come onto the show to share their story, to share their impact, and be vulnerable. And I think about, what example am I setting for the next generation? I have a 2-year-old grandbaby, little Charlotte. And I wonder what she's going to think when she watches these when she gets to be my age. Who knows? Maybe these won't even exist anymore. But truly, legacy is built one honest moment at a time. And here's a pro tip. Have you read the 4 Agreements? Actually, there's 5 now. I read it every January. But this year, I was encouraged by an incredible colleague in a mastermind of mine to read it in December. It's pretty powerful. I suggest you add it to your list. And you know what? It's a short read too. But mine has been in the bathtub with me. It's been on the airplane with me. It's dog-eared all across the pages. But I love it. And I read it every year, and I have for the last 10 years. So I want you to take a moment to really understand that your legacy, again, is built one honest moment at a time. So I want you to release the pressure going into the new year. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to do it today. But having an awareness and a place to reflect is just enough. So if you've received a no lately, don't rush past it. Embrace it. Pause and ask, what am I being invited to know more deeply? What am I being invited to know about them, about timing, and about myself? Thank you for sharing this beautiful Christmas morning with me and this moment with me. Whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah, or you're just struggling because it's a difficult time of year for you, remember to be present and pause. Take some time for reflection. And also remember, visibility isn't about being louder. It's about being truer. And on that note, I'm going to say bye for now. Stay tuned next week, please, for Amber Heinrich's episode. It's an incredible story of how Spirit Stone Wellness came to be, how she breathed it into life after being in corporate for 25 years, what it was like to stand in front of Jeff Bezos and be in that corporate space. And when she recognized it was time for her to take a pause, to reflect, and start a new journey. It's a path forward, and it'll give you some great tools for moving into the new year. Thank you for joining me today. Bye for now. See you in the new year. Thanks for tuning in to Be Visible with Veronica. If today's episode sparked something in you, share it, tag me, and pass it on. Your presence has power, and the world is better when you let it be seen. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and keep showing up as the unstoppable force you were born to be. I'll see you next time.